Julie from Pages and Pens, and I am here for the intro to my Throwback Thursday for October. Guys, I am super nervous about this particular Throwback Thursday because this is a book that I absolutely love. I talk about it on my channel literally almost nonstop. It is one of my all-time favorites. I'm gonna stop being coy about it because it's in the title of this video. But it is One Day by David Nicholls. It destroyed me emotionally. I cried for so long. I was inconsolable. This was a 2009 release, and I want to say I probably read it right as it released. I found myself relating way too much to Emma in this book. Emma's our main character, and I remember just being shattered by this. I'm really nervous about reading this again because I want to continue to love it, and I'm really hoping I do. I know that Dex and Emma have a very, very unhealthy relationship. I already know that there's going to be problematic relationship things that I pick up more of now. I don't necessarily think that made the book bad. I think it made it, for me at least, relatable. Do I think that there should be a model of a healthy relationship? No, but I don't think the book is marketed to make you think that it should be at all. We'll see as we get through it. Just know that I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I definitely read this prior to Goodreads, but I'm sure I marked it as read on Goodreads and marked it 5 out of 5 stars because I loved it so much I can't imagine I would have rated it anything else. I'm also nervous because I know that while the main emotional points of this book are very vivid in my mind, I'm probably forgetting a lot. You're gonna see a lot of me crying in these vlogs. Also know that this will contain spoilers. If you have not read this and for some reason after a year on BookTube and talking about this nonstop you haven't picked it up and you want to, stop the video and go read it and then come back. But I want you to be able to experience this once we start getting into the vlog style of this. There's going to be spoilers. I'm going to talk about plot points. I'm going to talk about different things. And I don't want to ruin the experience for you. If you haven't seen the movie, haven't read the book, don't want to be spoiled, come back later, because the next clips are going to be me vlogging this. It's 1988, and Dexter Mayhew and Emma Morley have only just met, but after only one day together, they can't stop thinking about one another. Over 20 years, snapshots of that relationship are revealed on the same day, July 15th of each year. Dex and Em face squabbles and fights, hopes and missed opportunities, laughter and tears. As the true meaning of this one crucial day is revealed, they must come to grips with the nature of love and life itself. We're gonna see how this does with a reread. Spoilers from here on out. I can't wait to see you guys at the end of this. Hopefully, I don't look a hot mess every time I visit you, and I'm not always crying. I will try to point out some of the funny moments too, because I know that their banter does get amusing. I will see you in the next vlog style portion. Prepare for my emotions. I can't wait to see how this Throwback Thursday goes. I'm only on page 9. I already have a tab. I already have a whole bunch of stuff underlined. I forgot that as the book opens, they're in bed together and they've just met, but doesn't have the highest expectations of himself. He comes from money and he basically just wants to have this awesome devil-may-care life that everybody admires, but he doesn't really have any actual goals for himself other than being famous and being rich. And Emma is very deep and she wants to have purpose and she wants something else. I'm on page 60 now of the book and forgetting just how sad it is to watch their interactions sometimes. There's a genuine caring for one another. There's something more there, and they just keep miscommunicating and missing the boat, and it's painful to watch. One of the most heartbreaking things too is how well off Dex is. He's traveling and doing all these amazing things while Emma is working at a Mexican restaurant and just miserable and making ends meet and just doing what she thinks she has to be responsible. It's always hard when there's a difference in money and a perceived difference in emotional connection. I'm feeling bad because Dex showed up with one of his ladies, because he always has a different girl in his life, at the Mexican restaurant that Emma's working at, and just, it's embarrassing. It's really hard to read. And I'm remembering how much I loved Dex's mother because she kind of calls it right from the get-go that there's something more there. Just read that she was sick. She had a surgery or something went on, so I don't remember that. I'm gonna keep going. Page 73, not that much further, and I'm realizing how much Em is annoying me and how hurt I am that I related myself so deeply to her when I read it the first time, because oh my goodness, she is so deeply insecure, and she has this guy that she loves. He tells her that she's beautiful all the time and that she should ask for more, expect more, that she deserves more, that she's great and she's talented talented. She's beautiful. She refuses to believe him. It is hurting my heart so much to realize how much of myself I saw in her when I read this the first time, but also just how happy I am that that's not where I am anymore, because I can see it now, and I didn't necessarily see it then. In fact, when I read it the first time, I really didn't believe Dex when he told her these things. Like, I was so in her headspace, and when reading this was kind of like thinking that he was still putting on a show or that he didn't actually mean it. That's one difference that I'm already seeing, is that I definitely am not seeing myself relating to Emma the same way that I did when I read it the first time. Page 107, and it is part 2 of the book now. Just read through when Dex and Em have gone to Greece and they're vacationing together. They end up skinny dipping together, and I remember that scene in the book originally and how much I wish that Em would kind of just cave and let them have like this sexy tryst, because they've never actually slept together. They hooked up that first night, but they never actually slept together. But then you get Dex, who's just kind of saying, hey, I have feelings for you, but I pretty much have feelings for anybody that I walk past, and I don't think we want the same things from a relationship, but if you want to have a fling, I'm down to have a fling. We can't tell anybody. And she, like, really strongly is like, nope, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be a secret. I'm not going to let that happen. But you can tell she's really hurt, because at first he kind of admits caring for her and she gets her hopes up. I admire her for sticking to that. That's where I'm at. I'm going to call it a night for reading and just relax, get up early tomorrow, take a little bit of a road trip, and I'll read more later. This lighting, this is not my standard now, is it? I'm on page 182, a little bit less than halfway through. Think I'm realizing now in the reread how much Dex clearly cares for Emma that I didn't necessarily see in the first read, and comes so close to saying it so many times, very clearly feels it in his own inner dialogue the entire time. Her life is, it's average, it's normal, but you can tell that she's in a relationship with somebody she doesn't want to be in a relationship with, that she doesn't really care about. It makes me feel so sad for her. I will say I don't love the pacing of this as much as I did the first read. I think the emotional pull is going to be there for me, but I'm finding myself wanting to skim read certain parts. There are also really, really large chunks of text with no dialogue, because a lot of the times Dex and Emma are not actually together, so you're getting glimpses of their separate lives on this one day. It's a slower read, but it's going. I did find after the first couple pages, I'm not marking it up anymore. I'm not tabbing it, just a different headspace and a reading space. I wouldn't call it a 5-star read at this point, but we'll see at the end. All right guys, back with the terrible lighting, but I'm here with a little bit of a reading update. I haven't done very much today. I'm only on page 205. Emma has finally admitted to herself in the book that she's in a relationship with Ian that she's like miserable in, but it reminds me a lot of a different past relationship that I had, where I was with somebody for years that I knew I didn't love. He was definitely serious. He was looking at rings, and I was like, this is not gonna work. I feel her. Sometimes it's easier to be with somebody, even if they're not right, than be alone. And he wasn't not right in a bad way. I just was so vanilla. Anyway, I think that's how Emma's feeling right now. She's with somebody that she doesn't feel passionately about. She's currently out on the town with Dex. I'm pretty sure things are about to go terribly, but we're gonna wait and see. Dex's mother has passed away at this point from cancer. I know for sure there's different plot points coming up that are gonna really get to me, but it's still just a lot of back and forth and no real discussions being held about how they feel. But as of right now, I'm not emotionally invested in the story. Guys, I'm really bummed out that I'm not loving this more. It hurts my heart a lot. I'm on page 210, and Dexter and Em have just had a little bit of a fight, and Emma finally stood up to him, and it is heartbreaking, because Dexter's essentially, whenever he's with her, kind of like looking over her shoulder, looking for somebody else to talk to, drinking all the time. He's always drunk, he's doing drugs, and is just miserable. He said, it sounds like you're dumping me. She said, I think I am in a way. You're not who you used to be. I really, really liked the old you. I'd like him back, but in the meantime, I'm sorry, but I don't think you should phone me anymore. She said, Dexter, I love you so much, so much, and I probably always will. I just don't like you anymore. It's brutal, but it's brave and it's strong, and I'm so happy that Emma finally did that, because so much of her life she lets other people walk on her. Certainly Dex has. Apparently, I don't remember anything about this book because I'm on page 297 now. Things are happening. Dex and Em ran into each other at a old college friend's wedding, and Dex said that he was engaged and that his fiance was pregnant, and they were getting married in like 7 weeks. And then the next page, literally, the baby's born. He has a little girl. I remember in the initial reading that Dex was in other relationships. I don't remember him necessarily being married. Definitely don't remember him having a kid. Maybe I don't remember this book as much as I thought. I think the end of it just destroyed me so much that maybe I forgot everything else, but I'm blown away by how much I did not remember that. I'll check back in tomorrow. You voted on Twitter for me to come outside and to read, so that's what I'm doing. Can't see my viewfinder because of the sun. And there's an abundance of gnats, and I don't know why, but I'm not a fan. But I'm gonna read outside for a little while and enjoy some sun, read some of my book, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Really? Really, buddy? Quite frankly, Dex is an absolute dick. He is watching his own child while his wife goes away for a hen night. He gets drunk. Like, he has to take the baby out to the liquor store and buy multiple bottles of wine and then proceeds to get drunk because he just can't handle apparently being sober. Like, the dude has a serious problem. I forgot how much of an addict and how much of a problem this guy had. Being sufficiently covered in pine tree little cast-offs. I don't even know what they are. I don't know what they're called, but I'll show you what I'm looking at because I've got a line of pine trees. I'm on page 325 and just found out that Dexter's wife is having an affair with Dexter's boss. His wife's having an affair with one of their friends, their mutual friends. I literally don't remember any of this from the first reads. You guys voted on me coming outside. So far I've had a spider just like in the wind come down on top of me. That was fun. Nature. But it is gorgeous out, so I'm not gonna complain too much. Massive pine trees that are directly across from me. And them's big, but they're like dropping all their little like pine coney things. So 3:31 and we've got Dex going to Paris to visit M. M's living in Paris in like a flat writing and apparently has a novel out because Dex said he found her book at a train station. And Dexter is now a divorcee. Saw that coming. I knew that was coming. Also, they're referring to this one thing that happened. It was just a one-off. They haven't seen each other in 2 months since the event. So I'm assuming they finally slept together. I forget though. I know it'll be revealed at some point. But right now, they're in Paris together for a couple days. Dexter's pretty bitter about his divorce. But just wanted to update you. Things are happening. I'm on page 353. Things, as anticipated, did happen. So they are in Paris with M. Apparently, they did in the past, about 2 months ago, as of where the book is right now, sleep together. She has, since getting to Paris, has found a new boyfriend, Jean-Pierre. I guess Dex was not anticipating that. I think he was going there hoping to try to give them a try together after like all these years. And she said, no, I've met somebody, you know, that's not going to happen. Boyfriend was on his way over to the house and they were going to go to dinner together. And she actually cancels on her boyfriend and then goes over to Dex and she was like, I swear to God, if you hurt me, I'm going to murder you. And he's promising that he won't. So at 3:53, we're starting section 4 of the book and they are officially going to try to give their relationship a chance. Hey guys, excuse the face. I decided to wash and wax my car in the middle of reading, but I will let you know where I am. I'm on page 371 and at this point, Dex and Em are married, and Emma is trying to have a baby. I think she's like super, super keen on having a kid. At this point, I think Dex is going with it, but I don't know how stoked he is on it. But they went from, we're gonna give this a go, to the next chapter they were engaged, to the next chapter they were married. Things are progressing. I did know that that stuff happened. So I'm on par, at least with the reading, with that particular information, because I knew all of that. So go me. I'm coming up on the end of the book, and I know I'm about to be destroyed, so let's get into this. Just got to page 389, definitely nearing the end of the book, and it's official. The point of the book that I remembered has come and gone. So Dex and Em are fighting vaguely in the morning because she's got her period, she's not pregnant, and she's really upset about it. I think he's 2 weeks shy of 40, and she's coming up on 39. They go to work, and they have an appointment to meet in the afternoon to look at a house together, and she is hit by a car while she's riding her bike and dies. So Emma's dead. And I remember upon my initial reading just looking at this angsty, like such an angsty relationship of back and forth and missed opportunities and the wrong time and finally getting together and being happy and being married for like 2 years. And then she dies and I was destroyed. When I tell you, I cried so much upon initially reading this and I don't feel anything this time. which depresses me so much because I really, really want it to. I can't believe I am not more emotionally moved, but I'm just not. We stopped the regular timeline and now we're going to flashback, and I don't remember this part of the book at all, but I remember that by this part of the book, I was destroyed. Like absolutely 100% destroyed. Could not believe that Emma was dead. Could not believe that finally their love story had come together and then come to an end so quickly. I was devastated. So I've been waiting for a couple specific plot points, the lack of ability to have a kid and the death, to really kind of pull me back into this book. It's not happening. I may be regretting rereading this book. Wah, wah, wah. This is absolutely brutal. I'm on page 409. First chapter after Emma died was a look back at the morning after they spent their first night together, and he was trying to sneak out of her room and she woke up and called him. He had a fake conversation with his mother asking them to come pick him up at a different time the next day so he could spend another day with her, which was really sweet. And then the next chapter is him really, really drunk at like a strip club, fighting with strippers and getting beat up at the 1-year anniversary of her passing, and just doesn't know what to do without her. And his dad comes and gets him and takes him back to his like childhood home, commiserating over the fact that his mom passed away. So his dad understands what it's like to lose the person that you love. That part made me teary because he is so, so broken by Emma's death, because she was the best thing about him. She grounded him and she kept him on the right path. I don't think he would have ever made it through if it hadn't been for her. So like seeing him destroyed by her passing definitely made me like teary-eyed. I am officially done One Day by David Nicholls, and I'm just going to do my wrap up out here vlog style because I don't have my tripod. I'm away for the week. Did not love it as much as I wanted to, hoped to. Legitimately, it was only the last like 40 or 50 pages that I got really invested in. Even then, it wasn't the same kind of like crazy emotional pull that I thought I had or I remembered having. Definitely no like uncontrollable sobbing for weeks. No like incredibly strong connection to the characters. I knew going into it that it was a book that I really connected to because of where I was at the time of reading it, and that I'm in a different place now, so I'm not necessarily surprised that I didn't feel the same way, but I am surprised that I did not enjoy the book as much, even if I wasn't in the same place. I really thought that I was going to. What was like a 5-star, my favorite book of all time, couldn't live without it, absolutely loved it book, has definitely changed to what I would say is a solid 3-star read. I wasn't necessarily a fan of the pacing of the story. Don't know that I was as connected to Dexter's emotional growth and character growth. Didn't really see him as redeemable as I did the first time I read it. Didn't find myself feeling for Emma the same way that I did because I didn't see as much of myself in her. I'm gonna go with a 3-star read. Just an average, okay read, which is really, really depressing for me. Again, it's a learning experience. You learn what you do like and you don't like anymore. And I knew that this was a situational favorite and that things had changed. So I'm not overly surprised, but I'm still bummed out, I guess would be the way to say it. So that was One Day by David Nicholls. Thank you for joining me for this Throwback Thursday. Remember, you can join in. This is open to absolutely everybody. So if you have a book that you really want to reread, the 3rd Thursday of every month, we post our reactions to the reread. If you don't want to vlog it, you don't have to vlog it. You can just say a little bit of something before you start to read it and then come back and touch base after you read it. That's completely up to you, but I do encourage you to join in the reread. 3rd Thursday of every month. I hope to see you guys there for Throwback Thursday. Because I don't have anything set that I really want to read for November, I'll probably put a poll up on Twitter. So check Twitter and I will have some options up there for you guys in a poll. Thank you for watching my Throwback Thursday. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.